Do you know why most planes avoid flying directly over the Pacific Ocean? If you guessed because it's dangerous, you'd be wrong. It's actually much more complicated than that. When planning a flight, airlines consider things like distance, speed, and fuel efficiency. Flying over the Pacific presents unique challenges that make it less appealing compared to other routes. Let's dive into 3 reasons why. First, it's all about the airports. Flying over an ocean means you're far away from any airports. In case of an emergency, it's much safer to have airports nearby where you can land. The Pacific Ocean is so vast that if a plane were to encounter problems, it would have very few options for landing. While there are some islands scattered throughout the Pacific, they typically don't have the infrastructure to support large commercial aircraft. This lack of readily available airports makes it a less than ideal route for airlines to take. The second reason has to do with communication. Over the Pacific, there's a lot of empty space, which means there's limited access to communication networks. In the event of an emergency, being able to communicate with air traffic control is crucial. If a plane were to experience technical difficulties, it's much easier to get help when there are communication networks available. While there are some areas in the Pacific with limited communication services, they are not as comprehensive as those found over land. This makes it harder for planes to receive assistance if they need it. And finally, it comes down to cost. Flying over the Pacific can be expensive due to factors like limited infrastructure and the cost of fuel. Airlines often choose routes that allow them to save on fuel costs, and flying over land generally offers a more cost-effective option. Additionally, the cost of maintaining and operating the aircraft increases when flying over water. This is because the airline has to factor in things like insurance and search and rescue operations. All of these added expenses make it less economical to fly over the Pacific. Now, while these are the main reasons why airlines avoid flying over the Pacific, there's an additional interesting fact. Great Circle routes, which are the shortest routes between 2 points on a map, often curve over the poles rather than across the Pacific. This means that flying from, say, London to Sydney would take a route that goes over the North Pole instead of directly over the Pacific. The reason for this is that the Earth's poles are closer together than any 2 points on the equator. Therefore, a flight path that goes over the poles is shorter than one that goes over the Pacific. So, no, planes don't fly over the Pacific because it's dangerous. It's all about the airports, communication, and cost. Now, if you want to learn more about flight routes, watch this video next. Thanks for watching.